brain is just fried because I think I've told it on here before, but currently in our work, we're just sitting at a desk and we cannot really get up. Even if our work, but once I get my own clients, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to bend it more. Because it's supposed to be a peer-run center. I'm gonna push for the fact that if I get my sessions done, if I get my notes done, I should be able to do that from home or from the office or from a park or anything. Today I'm just doing some school. I was supposed to hang out with Jonathan, maybe Rain today. I was feeling kind of sick last night due to stress, and so I was gonna cancel, but yeah, I think I'm gonna try to go see them if they're not free tomorrow. And it's just, yeah, you gotta really keep your head focused and to keep out of that workplace horror, death by monotony. And reminding myself, like, I feel so much more grateful to be like part of the honors program and part of just Texas State in general, because there's so much, even though the community is not as like integrated as I would love it to be, there's so much curiosity and just real personness that you get from being in school that you don't necessarily get automatically in a workplace. And yeah, just curiosity, you know. I always talk about wanting to be in a cult, like the good kind, and to some extent it is that.
1, roll, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, low roll, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, step out, together, step out, together, out, together, yes, out, together. With music or back in? Out, back in, out, back in. Bring it out one more time from the beginning. You guys ready? Y'all ready? Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Step, 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 step. Step, get ready for a step. High clap. Step, high clap, low clap, step, low clap, step, low clap, and high roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, low roll. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, cha cha. Together, out, together, out, together, out, together.
In 1000 feet, turn right onto Springtown Way.
I know it. I need a real deck sometime. It's just fun. I Yes, I hope you come next week. We'll do more.
Jessica, I know I'll be here because he goes over there and knock on my door.
If I figure out where you are, I'll come knock. I'll come get you.
Around the corner.
I knock on your door all the time. Y'all don't
She
come.
does.
I'll be louder. I'll be knocking and dancing.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
That name game, I think that's good for everybody.
Isn't it fun? I know. It's a good crowd. Thank you so much for coming. It was wonderful to meet you. I have fun with all of you. I always love getting to see y'all. Next Friday. Y'all are regulars.
I'm not a huge fan of the way that this desk job has made my waistline and face expand. There's other things, like I don't particularly prefer my fitness level, my energy level, that type of thing, my skill level. But during looking back at my videos from the fall semester, I was pretty hard on myself as far as my fitness went, but I was doing way better than I am now. Like, I was like, I'm not working out, I'm not whatever. And I did used to be way more on top of that. But like, the dance classes were keeping me pretty fit, and on top of that, it was a very stressful time, you know. The trade-off was worth it. It was making me work a little bit on a skill each day. Obviously, for the last few years, I have not worked out consistently. I've not done yoga consistently. That does bother me, but I have been dancing consistently. And so, you know, I think I underestimated myself. But so this is going to be a unique new challenge, which is that trying to just get my fitness in. Like, I've been spent the last couple of years focusing on networking. I talked about in these videos finding community in San Marcos. I'm now living with a good friend. I now have these goddess gatherings I'm going to. I'm now a part of this dance program, and fingers crossed in the grad program, and I just know a few more people, just starting to feel a little more solid. But this job definitely makes it harder because I have to sit all the time. But while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna have to like work extra hard to keep up my fitness during this time.
So this is a femur right here, and you can see all that. You can even see how it is all going in this one direction here, but in different.
Hey guys, I'm about to go into Jowers to do the next dance in the communities class. We had a little dance party in my car. I do need to be dancing more, so much more. Like, I've been making myself financially stable, but the priestess of the goddess gathering, Miss Shannon, was telling me that she'd love to meet up like weekly and dance. She said in her garden outside, which I'm not sure because there's lots of sticks and rocks and things, and other people could come in, but I don't know, man. Like, if we could go out here and dance in the park or dance at the rec center, I really want to be dancing with her more because, and just in general, like, I need to be in that expression space, not just the learning the steps, although that's important too, but I need to be in that expression space. Otherwise, what are you doing? You're not living. Like, you're not living if you're not being authentic and telling your story. And I just feel like I have stories that need to be told. People that need to be seen and mirrored through. And I also want to facilitate other people having that experience, but yeah.
Back in. Out. Back in. Out. Back in. So let's go from the snaps. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Open.
It is really important that I have this work right now. I went to the first dance class and I'm going to the second one take notes and stuff for the teacher. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that it is really important that I have this work. Because even though it is social work, it's like, it's not working it for a nonprofit. And it is really core to my spirit, because working at the nonprofit, most social work, you have to go through years and years and months and trainings and red tape before you do anything, even if people are dying for it, literally. Today in the dance department, my teacher was just like, why don't you lead the next class? Why don't you lead the next improv? And we're doing that out here immediately. No certification. We have a supervisor. She's wanting me and a couple of other students to run this by herself next semester. We're doing the work, we're just doing it immediately. We're not having years and years of like gaslighting of saying you're not ready. Whoops, you're not ready, or we don't have the forms that there's like a tension and a constriction and a paranoia in social work to actually do the work that needs to be done. And it spills over onto everyone that works in that field. So I'm very fortunate to kind of, while I'm in that weird field, not doing anything, doing tons and tons of certifications on the computer that don't mean anything, I'm coming here at the other part of my life and doing good work. So I'm going to go in and help with the dance class. Because what I forgot to say is that it can be very spirit killing to be in the place where I work. You need something real to kind of like solicit that we can actually help each other, you know? Okay. Maybe nothing, but I got this. I'm not feeling good about this. Okay. Okay, I forgot my password. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Jeez, come on, man. One more shot. And I'll reset it. What the heck? Oh my god! Am I freaking out? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Oh my gosh. Come on, I'm not freaking out. I'm not wrong, am I? Oh fuck, I am wrong, okay. We're about to go into the weekend. We just received rejection number 1 from graduate program. I'm gonna try to reach out to them and figure out what happened. My partner, Jonathan, and our friend Nan encouraged me to appeal potentially, because they both had to appeal for their admissions based on some like miscalculated GPA stuff. So excuse me. So I might do that. I'm just kind of sitting in some like empty space, some kind of confusing empty space because our center has been just getting up and running. We're having 2 weeks and then we're going to start accepting clients. I finished all the complicated work for school, so I have one more paper, and for learning and memory, one more exam for learning and memory, and one more exam for another class. The material is not even out yet on Canvas for online for those 2 exams, so I am actually done with all the stuff I can do for now. Don't have a lot of work going on here. And it's about to be the weekend, so I won't be able to like do stuff. I'm just kind of dead air, you know. I did ask my professor for learning and memory wants us to do a 6 to 8 page paper on Inside Out on how it's related to learning and memory. And I get that that's cool and everything, but I asked her if I can please do the paper on severance instead, because that's what's exciting me right now. I told her I tried to use learning and memory like words to kind of explain it and be like, I just think that since this is what I'm passionate about and it's applicable to my world, that I'll actually retain the information better if I do it about severance, and there's a lot of applicable stuff in that show that I could use to associate with my learning and memory material. So we'll see what she says. I think that will help me be motivated to finish that paper and be engaged with that. I'm a little disengaged right now. I was looking back at some footage and pictures from last year, and I will say, like, as I'm trying to think about what the future holds for me, if I'm going to be able to do dance movement therapy stuff, I'm going to be able to be involved in the dance world outside of class, all this stuff. And I've had a little bit of a disadvantage with dance stuff because of just having to work full time and then having to, you know, be a dance minor and not a dance major. But not having the time to complete stuff. But last year, I was looking at it and I was like, I've done a lot of stuff outside of school. Like, I feel like I'm burning out a little bit now, like just tired for the last couple of years. But I've done stuff with Flow Festival, like volunteering with Flow Festival. I've done volunteering with Amy Morrow's stuff. I've done the Texas Dance Improv Festival that I want to keep going back to. I've done facilitation I volunteered at Amy Morrow's festival, and I did her winter retreat as a trade-off for that. Obviously done teaching dance in the community with older adults through Texas State. Outside of Texas State, I also contacted and got in touch with, through Texas State, but Elaine Dove, who does somatic stuff. And then I've worked with, I've gotten to know Veronica DeWitt, who teaches All Abilities Method, and my teacher said I should probably talk with her. I've gotten to know Kelsey, I forgot her last name, who does, who's a somatic therapist in Austin. What's that sound? Anyway, that's a door, I think. I've taught a somatic dance class at Out Wellness, which was a queer gym, like for an audition to like teach there. Even though I didn't end up being able to do it, I've done that. I obviously have facilitated a couple of dance circles with Shakti Moves Dance Company. Just little bits here and there of being involved with, and I did their social media for a while and outreach for Shakti Moves Dance Company. So there's just been like, you know, bits and pieces of involvement that is kind of mind-blowing that stuff even happened while working full-time and doing school full-time and getting sick a lot, and the amount of low spoons that I perceive myself to have, which I do have very low spoons. Yeah, you know, while at the time dating someone with a baby who I sometimes help to take care of, but and you know, having a game night and whatever else. And yet I still feel like disjointed because all of my stuff is pretty disjointed, but so I did a lot last year, and I just want to be grateful for that. If I feel like I'm stagnating, if I feel like I'm not making progress towards my goal of dance movement therapist certification and practice, and just dance practice in general, and making art and being in the dance world, I need to acknowledge how much I have done. I need to acknowledge how much I have done. When I'm running out of spoons and I'm having to sit in an office all day and I'm not feeling intellectually stimulated and I'm feeling disconnected from community and finances are scraping by, mental health, this, that, and the other, I did a lot of stuff. I worked at Austin Bouldering Project. I still work there, but doing climbing coaching and getting a little bit of movement and gym experience through that. And, I've done a 200-hour yoga teacher training. I didn't end up doing my final practicum, but that's sitting there. I could do that at any point. Excuse me. That doesn't mean that none of these things mean that I'm ready to go facilitate a workshop or ready to teach yoga classes regularly, or can even do that financially. But I did that. I looked into recreational therapy and took an intro course, but mostly with the dance stuff. Like, I've done a lot of stuff towards that. And I just really highly valued a couple years ago, like, daily fitness practice and daily dance practice and daily yoga practice and being involved in my ecstatic dance community and spiritual community. And then a lot of that fell apart, but we're rebuilding, and right now I'm not able to do a lot of that based on the spoons being so kind of out of it, and that can be a little weird, but I kind of just need to be like, I just need to be in acceptance. I just need to realize I didn't do a lot of things I wanted to do, like get as involved with the dance club here as I wanted to. But there's also this thing where I can actually be involved in more dance productions if I want to, going forward, just by volunteering. The students here always need dancers for their production. And for a long time I was like, my dance is not up to par. But I'm starting to realize I am better than I used to be after being in dance classes for a year and a half. And I could very easily participate in some of these and get more experience. Things are moving. Other than that, I have kind of like a long distance intimate friend now, but we've actually known each other for a long time, but we're getting a little bit more like romantic and stuff. I just say that to be like, that's been a comfort in these times when I just kind of crash out a little bit. It's just like, yeah, this thing happened this morning in my dance department where I heard one of the students was trying to have for her final project the boys like wearing lipstick, and her professor, our professor, who I love dearly, and I still love her and I still respect her, but basically told the student that they'd gotten an email that Texas State does not support drag, and so they can't have the boys looking too feminine in the dance video. And if that just didn't make me really upset. News, I've been keeping it at arm's length. It doesn't always affect me super much because I have my self-care practices and my things to go back to.